The alarm clock was ringing in my ear as I tried to reach it to turn off the damn thing. It's 5 o'clock on a Monday morning in February 2010. It's time for me to get out of bed and go to the construction site where I work now. My name is Jason Jones. I'm a 26-year-old electrician working in Anaheim, California, and if I don't hurry, I'll be late. When I enter the modular dining room at the construction site, I see that one of my best friends, Jonas, is already here. We went to the local high school together, as did our other best friend Shane. After graduating from high school, Jonas and I decided to take up crafts, and Jonas became a carpenter. Shane started his career as a sales representative. He was never one of those people who works with his hands, like Jonas and me. Hey, Jason, are you ready for another fun week? Yes, if that's what you call fun. By the way, how did you feel on Sunday morning? I asked him. On Saturday night, you were diligently consuming booze. I was fine. Janie made a nice breakfast yesterday morning to help me recover, Jonas replied. I wonder if Shane got the same treatment from Becky because he was probably worse off? I asked in response. Well, he shouldn't have switched to strong cocktails after drinking vodka all night. It doesn't end well, Jonas replied as we went outside to get to work. Both of my best friends recently got married. Jonas married Janie a little over 6 months ago, and Shane's marriage to Becky has been going on for a year and a half. Shane and Becky were the first of us to start dating about 3 years ago, and Jonas and Janie, as well as me and my now ex-fiancée Talia, started dating about 6 months after that. Talia and I broke up 3 months ago, after I found out that this bitch was cheating on me with her boss, just 2 months before our wedding. While I've been dealing with this for the last few months, I was surprised on Saturday night when Shane started trying to persuade me to reconsider my decision and go back to Talia when the three of us went out for a drink. I can only assume that his wife Becky put him up to this, since Jonas and I always poured a bucket of shit on Shane, saying that he was henpecked by her. That is, Becky has a very strong-willed character. She always feels that she can make other people do what she wants, and Shane is always ready to obey in order to make her happy. After we started dating our 3 girlfriends a few years ago, they quickly became best friends too. When we 3 guys went out for a beer or to watch football, our 3 girlfriends spent this time with each other. So I understand why Becky wants me to make peace with Talia. Maybe she misses one of her best friends. But Shane? He knows that bitch cheated on me just 2 months before our wedding. I doubt he'd want to make up with Becky if she cheated on him. Over lunch, I talked to Jonas about Shane asking me to give Talia another chance. Can you believe what Shane was telling me on Saturday night? Tellingly, we all said a lot of shit that night. About the waistline. That maybe I should think about giving her another chance, and that everyone messes up from time to time, but that she's sorry and still wants to come back to me. Really? I don't understand. I think Becky put him up to it, Jonas replies, which makes me smile. I was just thinking the same thing. I understand why Becky wants me to take her back so she can talk to her friend again. But Shane? Maybe you don't know, but since you broke up, Becky and Janie have been hanging out with Talia. Anyway, they're still best friends. Then if Becky doesn't care if I go back to Talia or not, then why should Shane care? And also, how can it not cause embarrassment? What happens when I have a new girlfriend? They'll hate her because they're still my ex's best friends. Who knows? But I don't think you should take it back. I definitely wouldn't. The last time we got together, she even brought her new boyfriend, Steve, with her. What the fuck? Did you hang out with my ex and the guy she cheated on me with? I asked Jonas incredulously. Oh well, it wasn't just Janie and me. Shane and Becky were with us. And in my defense, I didn't know that Talia would be there, or who Steve was, and that he would join us too. So Talia is cheating on me, and my 2 best friends are hanging out with the guy my ex cheated on me with? You should have told her to go for a long time, and at the same time, you should have run into him because of me. Well, at first I didn't understand who he was. I just assumed it was someone she had just met. But you figured it out while you were sitting with him, right? Yes. I talked to Janie afterwards that she shouldn't have put me in this situation. I made it clear to her that I didn't like it and that it would never happen again, Jonas said almost pleadingly. It's just a weakness. It looks like Becky and Janie want to keep Talia in our group and kick me out. Just remember that the 3 of us are the only reason they got to know each other at all. And you 2 definitely shouldn't be talking to my ex and whoever she's dating right now, especially the guy she cheated on me with. Yes, I'm not arguing. But I still don't understand why Shane would talk to me about going back to her if he knows she's still dating her boss. I need to talk to him. Of course, but remember that Becky is in charge of their marriage. Be gentle with him, Jonas laughs back. On Wednesday after work, I arranged to meet Shane and have a beer at a bar called Sinners, which is located near my house. I've heard that this place is pretty crowded in the evenings, but it's not so bad during the day. Well, according to Shane, I've never been there. When I go inside, it seems to me that this place really resembles a diner. It looks more like a club than a bar, and given the setting and style, it definitely has a diner atmosphere. I quickly spot Shane sitting alone at a table and walk over to him. Hey Shane, how about a drink? Hi, Jason, can you get me a non-alcoholic beer? I'm driving. Of course, I say, leaving the table and walking over to the bar. The barmaid is a woman about our age. I would guess she is about 25, quite attractive, with short blonde hair and beautiful green eyes. I also notice that when she looks up at me, she looks at Shane before looking back at me. Why do I have the feeling that she knows him? One bourbon on the rocks and a non-alcoholic beer for my gay friend. Thanks, I tell her, smiling at my own little joke. I'll serve it right away, she replies, and then goes off to get our drinks. I should have guessed that Shane likes non-alcoholic beer. I bet Becky holds him tightly in her hands and really castrated him. An attractive barmaid jokes with me, coming up with drinks. Wait a minute, have you met Shane and Becky? I ask. Of course. Becky was one of my best friends at school. I giggle at her answer, which means she knows Shane isn't gay after all. By the way, I'm Rose, and you? Jason. Nice to meet you. The same Jason who was going to marry Talia. It's nice to finally meet you two. Is there something Shane hasn't told you about? Shane didn't tell me that. Talia did it. I know her and Janie, as well as Becky. Don't worry, I won't tell her that you were here with your gay friend. Rose giggles, and I smile and shake my head before returning to Shane. I didn't know you were a regular customer here, Shane. Oh, where did you get that from? From Rose, behind the bar. She knows you all except me, it seems. She probably doesn't know Jonas either, Shane says. Still, why would you come here? Isn't this a hookup place? It looks like it. Actually, I don't come here that often, just sometimes, with Becky. She likes to drink and dance here from time to time. And it doesn't bother you that you're taking her to an institution where she's likely to spend the whole evening and be molested by random guys? Didn't it bother you? What? Waistline. She always came here with Becky, too. So, did that bother you? This is the first time I've heard about it. But yes, if I knew, it would bother me. It doesn't matter, though. She's not my problem anymore. And that brings me to why I wanted to meet you. Why did you try to get me to take Talia back on Saturday night when you already know she's still dating her boss? With the same guy she cheated on me with. What the hell is all this? Yes, I'm sorry about that. Becky and I thought you'd both be happier if you could be together again. That's what Becky thought. And you just did what you were told. I smile wryly at my friend. This is a low blow. Besides, Becky said that Talia is sorry about what happened, and that she will leave Steve if you agree to take her back. Maybe she should leave him first, and then crawl to me herself? But no, instead, she forced you through Becky to try to do the dirty work while she was still with the boss. So do me a favor and tell Becky that you won't talk to me about Talia anymore, and that if Talia ever wants forgiveness, she can ask for it herself. Would you have given it to her? No. But it would be fun to see her beg for it before I tell this woman of easy virtue to go for a long time. I guess Talia knows about it too, which is why Becky wanted me to talk about it instead. Shane tells me, whatever you say, but don't talk to me about her anymore, okay? And anyway, what are you hanging out with her for? And don't even tell me that you're all going out for a drink together and suddenly Talia and Steve join you. It's kind of damn low. She's Becky's friend too, you know? That doesn't mean you have to join them. If the three girls want to keep hanging out together, then so be it. But I expected my two best friends not to hang out with my ex and her new boyfriend. I wouldn't talk to Becky if you broke up and she found a new boyfriend. By no means. I understand, and don't worry, I'll talk to Becky. I think the three girls just want things to stay the same and hope that Jonas and I would agree with them. Okay, never mind. I don't want to upset you. But this whole Talia thing is bothering me. Yes, I understand. Listen, I have to go. Just now. While you were at the bar, I got a call and was informed about an urgent meeting with a client in the near future. I need to get back to the office. Okay, but are you still ready for Saturday night? I ask Shane as he gets up to leave. Yes, of course. So, see you later, Jason. Finishing my bourbon, I decide to have another one or two while I'm here. Maybe I'll sit at the bar and chat with the pretty blonde barmaid, Rose. Maybe I'll find out what else she knows. Another portion? Rose asks as I sit down on a stool at the bar. Yes, thank you. As she pours me a drink, I remember that she said she knew Talia, Janie, and Becky, and that she was Becky's best friend at school. I wonder if she's still her best friend now, and how well she knows both the others. So you went to school with Becky? What was she like then? Still manipulating everyone to do what she wants? Yes, she hasn't changed much. What about Talia and Janie? Did you meet them here through Becky? At this point, Rose holds up her finger to let me know that our conversation has been postponed, since there are still customers in the bar who want a drink. After serving them, she returns to me, as I see that more and more people are coming to the bar, as the place is getting busier. I'm sorry, but I don't have time to sit and chat with you right now. Are you not alone? Rose asks me when she gets a minute. One, Shane just left. I mean, don't you have a girlfriend? Oh, no. Okay, maybe we'll meet tomorrow for a cup of coffee? Are you asking me out on a date? I reply with a cheeky grin. And no, I just wanted to guarantee that I won't piss off your girlfriend if you have one. So, coffee? Yes, of course. Can we do it at lunchtime? I start working early, but it's not far from here. There's a cafe at the end of this block. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock? Agreed. I reply, watching the attractive blonde go about her business, smiling at other customers while she serves them. After finishing my drink, I decided to leave. I'm looking forward to talking to Rose tomorrow, even if she swears it's not a real date. As I enter the cafe, I hear someone calling out to me. I turn around and see a pretty Rose waving at me. She looks even more attractive than in the bar. Thanks to the natural light coming through the windows, I can see how beautiful she is. Hi, Rose, you look great today. I see you're starting with flattery. How about we go and order lunch instead? Rose replies with a sweet smile. Can you? I already ordered. You're late? Yes, I'm sorry. I was busy on the set this morning, I reply, walking up to the counter to place an order. While waiting for me to be served, I can't help but look at Rose again and notice that she has a small, intricate tattoo on her right forearm going down to her wrist, and another small tattoo on her neck. In addition, she is just stunningly pleasant to look at. She is definitely attractive, with those beautiful green eyes and a wonderful smile when she decides to show it. And her breasts seem to be a decent size for such a thin girl. Who knows, maybe I have a chance. After ordering, I sit down in front of Rose again, and she looks up from her phone for a moment and then looks back at him. So, Rose, why did you decide to meet me here today if it's not a date? I ask cheekily. Rose looks up from her phone and puts it on the table. You're the one who wanted to know about your ex and her friends. I'm just here to answer your questions. You didn't have to make an appointment with me here to do that. You could have just told me about it at the bar yesterday. Why did you actually invite me here? Be honest with me. Rose's eyes narrowed slightly, as if she was slightly pouting at me. When she does that, she becomes even more beautiful. Last night you asked me how I knew Talia and Janie. Maybe I knew them through Becky. The answer is yes, I met Becky first. See, it only took you 5 seconds to say that. Admit it, you only offered to meet me here because you want me, don't you? I reply with another cheeky grin, but Rose doesn't seem too impressed by my words. So you don't want to know anything more about them? No, to be honest, I don't care about the waist right now. We broke up 3 months ago after I found out she was sleeping with her boss. So the fact that she cheated on you long before she met her current boss doesn't bother you either? What? Wait, what are you trying to say? That Talia cheated on me with other guys before she met her boss? God, you're so smart. I understand why she chose you, Rose replies sarcastically. Hey, give me a break. I'm just a little surprised, okay? How do you even know she cheated on me? I've known Talia for about 4 years, even before she started dating you. During this time, I've seen her go home with many handsome guys, Rose replies, and then looks at her phone again. That bastard. I reply, almost in a whisper. Well, now you realize you barely escaped a bullet, don't you? Imagine that you found out all this after you married her, Rose continued. To hell with it. And yet, it's hard for me to believe that she cheated on me the whole time we were together. Are you sure? Yes. Over the past few years, I've seen all three of them leave my club with a lot of guys. Wait, are you saying Becky and Janie are cheating on Shane and Jonas too? With your abilities, you really should have become a neurosurgeon, Rose replies, grinning. Hey, can you stop being smart already? We're talking about the marriage of my best friends here. I just hope you're not making this shit up. Rose put the phone down again, sighing as she did so. Okay, let me explain to you, because you seem to be slowing down a little. Becky, Talia, and Janie are all women of easy virtue. Always have been and always will be. They married the three of you to set up a house, look respectable, and have you pay for everything, and they would continue to have fun on the side. Is it clear enough for you? Or do you need me to draw some pictures as well? Why are you acting like a reptile to me now? Why did you act like a jerk, thinking that I invited you here just because I want you? Okay, maybe I got a little ahead of myself, I reply. Do you think so? Okay, can we start all over again? I reply, shaking my head slightly. Hi, I'm Jason Jones. I'm a 26-year-old electrician, and I've just been dumped by my fiancée, with whom I've lived for 2.5 years, I add, holding out my hand to Rose. Rose sighs again and holds out her hand to shake mine. Hi, Jason. I'm Rose Williams. I'm a 25-year-old bar manager, and I've been watching your fiancé cheat on you for the last 2.5 years. Nice to meet you. Okay, now you can tell me about all this without hating me as much as Talia does. Of course. What do you want to know, Jason? You just said that all three of them were women of easy virtue together before they met us, but that's not true. They know each other exclusively through me and my two best friends, after we started dating each of them. No, they were best friends even before they met any of you, Rose replies. I'm sitting there shaking my head. All this can't be happening. As far as I know, they only met each other as our girlfriends, and Rose says they were already best friends. You don't understand, do you? They played a prank on you and your friend Jonas. Becky, Talia, and Janie were already best friends when Becky first met Shane and they started dating. When Becky met you and Jonas, she decided to set you up with two of her best friends. That way, they could still hang out together, but more importantly, they could also sleep with other guys together. She even bragged to me about it. So Talia only got together with me because I was Shane's best friend? Is it the same with Janie and Jonas? Yes, they laughed at how perfect everything was. And why are you telling me this? I thought you were still Becky's best friend? No, I stopped being Becky's best friend in high school, and I never liked Talia and Janie at all. I just smile and pretend that I like them when they chat in the bar. You'd be surprised how much people tell you, thinking you're their friend, and even being a little drunk, giggles Rose. But I still don't understand why you're telling me this now. What is your benefit? And why should this be my advantage? Maybe I just don't like the way they make fools of you. But you don't even know us. Well, me and Jonas, anyway. Did you tell Shane about this? Why would I? He was involved in this little farce from the very beginning. I bet you were with Shane when you first met Talia, weren't you? I had to think for a moment. But yes, she's right. Are you saying that Shane helped Becky set Jonas and me up with two of her best friends? Yes. Well, maybe I just call it being a good friend, I reply. Unless he knew that they were both women of easy virtue, and that when they were dating you both, they were already planning to sleep with other guys. I don't know. I find it hard to believe. Don't you find it hard to believe that Shane usually comes to my bar too, when Becky finds a guy to make love to, and does it right in front of him? And then the three of them leave to go home for the night? What the fuck? You're kidding, right? No. She slept with a lot of guys right in front of Shane. She dances with them and kisses them right in front of him. Treats him like a piece of shit. I always joke that she is the boss in their relationship, but I had no idea that everything was so crazy. That's why he brought you and Jonas together with Talia and Janie, so that both your couples would be in the same situation as he and Becky. It's just that both of you, unlike him, clearly didn't understand what was going on. I'll fucking kill him. Don't be too hard on him, Jason. Becky had already subjugated him to her will a long time ago, He had no balls left. But that's not an excuse. He should be our best friend. And he helped set us up with two women of easy virtue who he knew would make love on the side. And all this time he didn't tell us anything. Look at it from his point of view. He loves Becky and does everything to keep her. The fact that his best friends will be with her best friends ensures that she will never leave him. I'm sure that's exactly what Becky told him. She said that you and Jonas would be happy with her girlfriends. So is there any harm in that? The harm is that all this time he knew that they were cheating on us and did not say anything. Because of this, he lost us as friends forever. Well, I think he always took the risk that both of you would find out eventually. But I wouldn't have known if you hadn't told me all this. I repeat, why are you telling me this? Seriously, I have my reasons. Come on, you should share them with me after you drop the bomb. No, not now, but maybe later, when we get to know each other better, Rose replies, as I lean back in my chair for a moment, looking into her wonderful green eyes. See, I knew it. You really want me. I reply with my cocky grin again, just unable to resist. Rose shakes her head, but this time she smiles back. On Thursday evening, I was trying to figure out what to say to Jonas. How to carefully explain to your best friend so that he doesn't lose his temper that the woman he loves and recently married is nothing but a cheating woman. Honestly, who the hell knows? When we went to work on Friday morning, I suggested that Jonas take me to lunch at the nearby bar where Rose works to have a beer. At first he didn't want to, but I persuaded him hard enough, and in the end he agreed. When we both entered the bar and took our places at the counter, Rose looked at me strangely. Maybe Rose will support me in what I'm going to tell him. Jason, what the fuck are we doing here? Beer at lunchtime? You know we can't get drunk at work. We'll just have a drink and have a snack on the way back, I say. Great, Jonas replies, as Rose comes over to take our order. Before continuing the conversation, I wait for her to serve us and leave. Have you ever been to this bar before? I ask. No, although it looks more like a club. It's pretty empty. Yes, but there are usually more people here in the evenings. Do you know that Becky, Talia, and Janie come here sometimes? No. Why would they come here? To be honest, it's pretty low-grade here. Hey, that's right. This is a well-known place for hookups. People come here when they want to drink, dance a little, and find someone to sleep with. I tell Jonas. Then why would three girls come here? Oh well, what if I told you that Becky is cheating on Shane and that he knows all about it? Really? Are you sure? Jonas replies, looking at me incredulously. Yes, sometimes he even comes here with Becky while she picks up a boyfriend for the night. You're kidding me. Seriously? Seriously, I say. Wow, well, I mean, I knew there was something pretty weird with these two, but never in a million years would I have thought that this was happening between them. Yeah, so am I. I chuckled a little. Why does he put up with this shit? Jonas asks, still trying to figure it out. I don't know, but I know that it suits him. And I also know that he knew that Talia was cheating on me long before I found out about it. Really? And he didn't tell you anything? No, not a single word. Why didn't he say anything? What is he playing at? Probably trying to make Becky happy, I guess. What's Becky got to do with it? Talia was Becky's best friend even before I met her. Shane initially helped set me up with Talia. He also knew that she had planned to cheat on me from the very beginning, as Becky does with him. Jonas looks at me, and I can see from his expression that he's trying his best to process all this. The fact that one of our best friends has been lying to us all this time came as a shock to him, as well as to me. How did you meet Janie again? Isn't it at the dance club? I continue. Yes, she came to our table and asked if I wanted to dance with her, Jonas replies. You were with Shane, weren't you? Yes, with him. It was the same when I first met Talia. Did you know that Becky, Talia, and Janie were best friends even before they met any of us? Including Shane. What? This can't be happening. But it is true. That's why you and I became friends with Janie and Talia from the very beginning, because we were best friends with Shane, and they were already Becky's best friends. Really? Why didn't they tell us about it? Why did you pretend that you only met after you started dating us? So that we don't know what they were doing before they met us, and what they did after we met them. Wait, what do you want to say? That Becky and Talia have been coming to this bar for several years, picking up guys for easy lovemaking. Whenever we hung out together, they would come here to do their thing. But Janie was with them too. Yes, the three of them came here. But she didn't do that shit, no way. I'm sorry, Jonas. I found out about this yesterday, and I should have told you. I can't sit back like Shane has all this time. What the fuck? You're saying that my wife has been making love behind my back for as long as I've known her. Are you serious? Jonas is almost shouting at me when Rose comes up to us again. Hey, guys, keep it down. There may not be many people here, but I don't want you two to fight in a bar, Rose tells us in a firm voice. We're not fighting. I just told him the bad news. I reassure Rose. Oh, Janie, I suppose, Rose replies. How the hell do you know my wife? Jonas angrily attacks Rose. I've known her longer than you have, asshole, Rose snaps. Okay, both of you, stop it. Rose, there's nothing you can do. I just said that his wife is cheating on him. Don't bother him. Rose looks at me and then back at Jonas. Okay, I'm sorry, but don't take it out on me for what she did to you. Okay, I'm sorry too. I'm just trying to come to my senses. I can't believe she did this to me, Jonas replies, not so angry this time. Rose, you've been here the last few years when they came here. Did they say anything about why they were doing this to us? Why have they been cheating on us all this time? I ask. Maybe because they like sleeping with other guys. I don't know. Look, women like these three are the type that most decent guys sleep with. But then when it comes to relationships, stay away from them. I guess they realize that too, which is why they chose you. They wanted to be married, to have someone pay for everything, maybe even to have children. But at the same time, they wanted to be able to continue having fun. I'm sorry, but you both got fucked in full. Can Shane? Rose Jonas asks. No, he knew from the very beginning that Becky was a woman of easy virtue, but he still wanted to be with her. I think that's why he never told you the truth about Talia or Janie. He was probably afraid of losing Becky. That didn't stop him from bringing us together, Jonas replies. Yes, she wanted him to do it for her. He was probably willing to do anything to keep her, Rose replies. No, he went for a long time, the fool. If he did that, Jonas replies. Jason said the same thing when he found out. Rose replies to Jonas. Well, what are you going to do now that you know? I ask Jonas. If all this is true, then I'm definitely not going to stay married to this woman of easy virtue. It's true. Do you need proof? Rose asked. Yes, of course we do. Why don't you call Janie right now and tell her that you're going to be drinking late with Jason tonight, and later I'll call you when they get here and start having fun. Then you can both come here and see it with your own eyes, Rose suggests. I don't need to watch Talia make love. I'm done with her, I reply. Come with me anyway. I might need you to stop me from doing something stupid, Jonas replies. Yes, it's good. Besides, we can actually go out for a drink, just like you tell them. We'll just pop in here for a while if they show up, I reply. Joe, they'll show up. They've been here almost every week since I can remember. Sometimes and more often than once a week. Give me your number, Jason, so I can call you later, Rose adds. Okay, but all this is just an excuse to get my number, isn't it? I'm still sure you want me, I reply to Rose, once again showing off my wide, cheeky grin. You're damn cocky, Jason, Rose replies, but this time with a beautiful smile on her face. Yes, she wants me. After work, Jonas and I went to a bar near the Sinners Club, where Rose works. He told me how he had been going through emotional ups and downs all day, how he was angry, depressed, and then angry again. I knew exactly how he felt, because that's how I was just a few months ago. We tried to talk about other things while drinking beer, as if trying to ignore the inevitable. I kept checking the text messages, but there was nothing. Around 8 o'clock in the evening, I received a text message from Rose where she informed me that the girls had arrived at the club and that Shane was with them too. The strangest thing is that I didn't type Rose's number into my phone, so I only get numbers, not a name. But this is not the first text message that I received from this number. I scroll up the page to see the previous message, and it was in it that it was first said that Talia was sleeping with her boss. What the hell? I have tried to write to this number and call, but I have not received a single response. This made me start checking my waist more carefully to make sure that the anonymous tip was correct, and that's how I found out that Talia was actually cheating on me. So, 3 months ago, it was Rose who gave me the anonymous tip. It was Rose who gave me, and now Jonas, The dirt on everything else. What the hell is she up to? When we arrive at the club, I text Rose to let her know that we are almost there. She replies that we should go in the back door. She will let us in unnoticed through the loading dock. As we walk through the back entrance past all these beer barrels, one of the guards stops us. Are you Jason and Jonas? Yes. Did Rose say we were coming? Yes. She asked me to take you to the back office. He turns and walks down the hall, opening the door for us. Inside the room there are several chairs, several lockers, and on the wall there are a lot of screens from surveillance cameras. Well, that would make it easier to watch them unnoticed. Jonas and I take our places in front of the screens, and the guard leaves, closing the office door behind him. We start looking at different screens until Jonas turns his attention to a screen where 3 women are seen sitting together. 2 guys are already standing with them, one of whom is Shane. Nothing much happens for the next 10 minutes, when suddenly the office door opens and Rose enters with several beers. Hi, I thought you guys might need this. Rose hands us both a mug, takes one herself, and sits down next to us. Thanks, it really makes me thirsty, I reply. We all look at the screen again. There are still only 3 women sitting at the table, and Shane and another guy standing next to them. The guy with them is called Gary. He's a male. He's already slept with Becky and Talia. This time, it looks like he's going to try with Janie, Rose tells us. I hope so. I want this shit to be over, Jonas replies. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? It's not Gary's fault they're here for a hookup. No matter what happens, I want you to stay calm. Otherwise, the guards will have to deal with you, Rose firmly tells Jonas. Don't worry, I'm not going to go out and start waving my fists. If she's cheating on me, I'll be glad to get rid of her. Soon another guy joins their table, who seems to be paying most of his attention to a very receptive waistline. I'd be lying if I said that looking at them, I don't feel jealous. Even though it's been 3 months, she's still the one I was going to marry before. After Talia gets up to dance with her new boyfriend, Janie and Gary follow her example, while Jonas is watching them intently on the dance floor on one screen. I notice on the other that Becky has moved away from their table to talk to another guy standing nearby. Shane looks damn sad sitting alone, occasionally looking back to watch his wife happily chatting with a new guy she might want to sleep with soon. But I don't feel sorry for Shane, not a bit. God, I hear Jonas say softly. I look back at the other screen. Jonas's wife is kissing a guy she's slow dancing with. I don't know what to say to him at this moment. At least I've never had to see Talia cheating right in front of my eyes. I had a fight with her after I found out that she went on a date with her boss, but never saw her with him. I noticed that Talia is also kissing her boyfriend, and I still feel the knife twisting slightly. Yes. Rose gets up and returns to the bar, taking our empty mugs with her. Would you both like another beer? I have to get back to work, but I can ask one of the guards to bring it here for you. How much time do you think it takes? Before they leave with these guys, Jonas asks. Rose looks at another screen where Becky is still chatting with her new boyfriend. Probably not too much. Becky looks like she's found herself a bedtime pleaser. They always leave when she's ready. Rose, you can send 2 more beers here, thanks. We'll stay here for a while until they fuck off, I reply. Okay, Rose says, leaving the office. How are you? I ask Jonas. And what do you think? I can't believe I was such a dumb sucker that she was leading me by the nose all this time. I had no idea what a woman of easy virtue she was. How the hell did I not notice that? Hey, I'm the same. I had no idea either, I reply. At least you haven't been married yet. Now I have to worry about the divorce. You know she's going to try to take everything that belongs to me, right? Yes, he will try. Do you guys have a lot of stuff? I ask Jonas. No, not really. I've been saving money for a deposit so we can buy a house, and I have a new work truck. She has nothing but clothes, and I bought her almost all of them too. Maybe you can do something before you tell her you're getting a divorce. Maybe you'll sell the truck, pull out the savings. Well, I don't know. There's got to be something you can do so she can't own half of it. For example, take all my money out of the bank and hide it somewhere? Well, yes. They will find out that I have withdrawn the money. Hey, do you trust me? I ask Jonas. Yes, of course I do. Then why don't you transfer your work truck to me? You can drive it, but it will be registered to me, so she won't be able to pick it up. Then transfer all your savings to me, and I will keep them until the issue of your divorce is resolved. And after that, when everything is settled, I will transfer the truck and cash to you. They'll find out where the money went. She has access to bank statements. So what? Just tell me you owe me money, maybe it's a gambling debt, or we'll come up with some other nonsense. Anyway, they'll be in my name before you break up with her or file for divorce. If we do that, it's better if you transfer everything back when the time is right, Jason. I laughed a little at Jonas's statement. That's why I asked if you trusted me. Don't worry, I'll never cheat on you like Talia and Janie did on us. Or Shane, for that matter. Okay, I'll be much happier if she doesn't drive my truck after I divorce her ass. When we looked at the screens again, we saw Talia and Janie returning to the table where Shane was sitting alone. They are joined at the table by his wife Becky and her new boyfriend. She starts kissing a guy right in front of her husband, and Shane sits silently and watches her do it. I'll never understand him. Can you believe this shit? He just sits there and looks at her with that clown, Jonas exclaims. He can't understand it either, and neither can I. Yes, he is a coward and weak-willed. I don't even know what to call him, I answer. Well, I'm still trying to figure out why he framed Janie and Talia like that, why he didn't tell us anything about what they were doing all this time, or how he can now sit and watch his wife make love to another guy. It's just a caper. Yes, he went for a long time. He's not my friend anymore. I answer when the guard enters and hands us 2 more mugs of beer. Soon all 7 of them leave the club together. It's not even 9 o'clock in the evening. They have a couple more hours to have fun before Janie has to return home to the ignorant. Just not this time, Jonas. After finishing our beer, we go out to the club to sit at the bar next to Rose again. She nods at us as we take our seats and brings us 2 more beers. How much do I owe? I ask Rose as she hands us the beer. Today it's on the house. But you can pay whatever you charge on top. 3 is my limit for a broken heart. Rose replies with a slight smile and returns to serving other customers. After that, we both have 2 more beers before Jonas decides to go home. Hey, just remember, don't tell her anything tonight. Wait until you can transfer your truck and savings to me. Today is Friday. I hope that I can do it tomorrow, otherwise I will have to wait until Monday. I don't think I can hold back my anger at her for that long. Let's see how you handle the bank tomorrow morning. Let me know if you can't. We'll come up with some excuse to go somewhere on a trip or something so that you stay away from her and away from the apartment. Okay, by the way, thanks for everything, Jason. Thanks for being my friend and telling me everything right away. Unlike the second bastard I know. No problem. Don't say anything to Shane if he calls you about tomorrow night. He'll probably tell the girls everything if you let him. Don't doubt it. Okay, I'm off. Bye, Jason. Jonas went home, and I stayed at the bar and looked at Rose, mostly admiring her beauty. But there's something I need to talk to her about. How's your friend? Went home? Rose asks, coming back to me. Yes, although he's not going to do anything stupid tonight. At least, I hope so. Is he going to leave her? Oh, yes, there's no way he's going to stay with her. Anyway, when are you finishing up here? And what about it? Do you like me? Do you want to ask me out because you want me? Rose replies with a cheeky smile, ignoring my previous comments. Yes, I like you. Actually, I really like you. But at least I have the courage to admit it. I reply with my cheeky smile. Would you like me to have the balls? Rose asks with a grin. God, no. So, what time is it? Give me another hour. The other 2 bartenders can finish the evening while we drink, if you want. Not here. I want to take you to another place. Is your cafe open at this time? Yes, it's open. Okay, then in an hour. Rose nods, returning to customer service. I can't help but watch her even more closely. I just like her attitude, her brashness, the way she stands up for her opinion if she doesn't like something. Not to mention how attractive she is, and that I would love to rip off her clothes right now. After all, it's been 3 months. An hour later, when I leave the club with Rose, some guys give me envious looks. To hell with them, who knows how many of them slept with my ex? Hopefully this one will be mine alone. I order 2 coffees before taking my seat and look at her. This time she's not on the phone, giving me her full attention. Thanks, Rose, I say. For what? For coming here with you? No, for letting Jonas and me know what kind of women we had. To save us from further suffering. I'm very glad, Rose says, a little more honestly than I usually get her to say. So, Yesterday I asked you why you did this to us, and you said that you might explain when we get to know each other a little better. Can you tell me now? Rose looks into my eyes for a few seconds before looking away, clearly debating whether to say anything to her. I know it was you who told me about Talia. Why? I continue. Rose sighs and turns back to face me. Because she slept with my boyfriend last year. We lived together for almost 3 years before Talia decided that she needed to satisfy him. Well, I just had to satisfy her in return. You could have just seduced me to get back at her. No, I would never do that, Rose says quickly. And what happened to your boyfriend after that? I continue. I kicked him out. What else could I do? So this is all about getting back at my ex? No, and Becky too. Back in high school, she slept with my first boyfriend. She slept with the boyfriends of all the high school girls, so it wasn't a big surprise. However, I like to take revenge on her and her friends, even if I can't take revenge on her through Shane. He's too willing a puppet for me to do anything with him. I just hope she catches some kind of venereal disease and gives it to him as a gift, Rose replies before laughing. Damn, remind me not to piss you off. Besides, I'd be surprised if Becky hasn't given Shane something yet. I reply, laughing along with her. I hope Jonas is going to be okay. He seems like a nice guy. Neither of you deserved what they did to both of you. Yes, I agree. But if it wasn't for you, we would have remained in the dark about what they were doing. So, thank you, Rose. Please again, Rose replies with a wonderful smile. Rose, can I ask you one more thing? This is a very serious question, and I want you to think carefully before answering me honestly and frankly, please. Okay, of course. So what? Rose replies, assuming a more serious expression. Well, my question is, how much do you want me? I ask with a cheeky grin spreading across my face again. Oh, you bastard. I thought you were serious, Rose replies, and I start laughing. Looking at your face, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself, I reply, still laughing. Okay, smartass, yes, I want you. And what are you going to do about it now? This silenced me quickly. Is she serious? Well, I'd like to take you home with me right now to show you how much I want you. Then you better hurry up and finish your coffee before I change my mind, Rose replies with her beautiful smile. I quickly reach out and take Rose's hand, after which we both hurriedly leave the cafe and head to my apartment. My phone rings. I take it from the bedside table, fiddle with it a little before bringing it to my face. Jonas, what time is it? I ask sleepily. It's 9:30. Are you still in bed? Really? I look around. Rose is lying naked next to me, beautiful and still sleeping. Well, I think some of us had a much longer night than others, I reply, still trying to fully wake up. Listen, my bank doesn't work on Saturdays, and I could barely restrain myself from yelling at Janie all morning, and there's no way I can hold out until Monday. Okay. Let me get up, take a shower, drink coffee, and call you back. In the meantime, go for a run or something, just don't touch her. She's already gone to have coffee with the girls, probably chatting about their events yesterday, exchanging impressions or some other crap, Jonas replies, sounding a little dejected. Okay, let me collect my thoughts and call you back soon. Okay, Jonas says, and we both hang up. At this moment, I feel Rose move slightly in the bed next to me. I look at her. She's become even more beautiful, if that's even possible. Hey, beautiful, would you like to join me in the shower before I make coffee for us? I ask. Rose doesn't say anything, just nods her head, getting out of bed with me. This time we didn't make love in the shower, but just cuddled a little, washing each other, giggling and kissing like teenagers. I've never become attached to anyone so quickly or felt as attracted as I did to Rose. Not even Talia. It took me about a month to sleep with Talia before I felt what I feel for Rose right now. Probably, chemistry is better with some people. After pouring us coffee, I called Jonas. Hi, Jonas, I've been thinking about what I told you last night, about gambling. How about going to Vegas for the weekend? Really? Right now? Really? Do you really want to go there? Can't we just say we went? No, we need bank statements to show that you went there, airline tickets, hotel reservations, and all that. And what are we going to do there, gamble? Jonas answers. Yes, you will need to withdraw all your money and buy chips with it at the casino, but do not waste them. Instead, you will give them to me so that I can then cash them into my bank account. That way you'll lose all your money, and if they ever check my account, I'll just say that I won everything at the casino. They will not be able to prove the opposite. Do you think this will really work? What about my truck? You can transfer it to me. We just both need to write it down and sign it. Maybe we should consult with a lawyer when we get there, who will tell us how to do this so that everything is right and legal. Are you guys really thinking about going to Las Vegas? Rose asked. Wait, who's with you? Rose? Jonas asks. Yes, Rose. She stayed the night. That's why I overslept this morning. I reply, grinning broadly, but Jonas doesn't see it. Great job. Heck. Thank you, Jonas. Listen, you need to go and book a plane ticket while Janie's not at home. And don't forget to grab the registration documents for your truck. We're flying out this afternoon and returning on Monday. I'll call our boss to give him a day off for Monday. He'll understand. Can you? Don't worry. I'll go and book tickets soon too. Just don't forget to tell Janie that this is my weekend after breaking up with Talia and that we planned it a few weeks ago. Play dumb when she says you've never mentioned it before. Just don't tell me there's something wrong between you. Nothing. Understood? Yes, I understand. Thanks for everything, Jason. If we do this shit, I won't forget it. A few hours later, I was entering the airport with my small carry-on luggage, and Rose was walking next to me. She decided to join us in Las Vegas because, as a bar manager, she didn't need to ask for time off. She never works on Sundays at all, so she was happy to join me when I suggested it. We had booked 2 rooms at one of the casinos, and now I was looking forward to the weekend with Rose much more than to ensure that Janie would not receive any of Jonas' money after their divorce. The 3 of us had a good dinner at the restaurant and then had a few drinks to start the evening. Jonas even laughed at the fact that Janie seemed almost happy that he was going away for the weekend, saying that he was going to spend time with Becky and Talia. He said that she was undoubtedly thinking of cheating on him without resorting to trickery. If Janie had known what we were planning, she might not have been so eager to get her husband out the door. On Saturday evening, Jonas was able to withdraw about half of all his savings by buying casino chips and planned to withdraw the rest the following evening. While each of us was playing for several $100s, after drinking a little more, I transferred part of my large winnings to my account a few hours later. Rose and I then returned to our room, where we spent the next 2 hours making love to the point of death. It was probably the best lovemaking ever that I can remember. As far as I remember, I was in love with Talia and enjoyed making love with her, but the connection with Rose seems much deeper, even though we both started our relationship recently. I've never felt so content as falling asleep with Rose in my arms. In the morning, we joined Jonas again to have coffee and then plan how to spend Sunday. In the evening, he withdrew the rest of his savings, leaving only enough so that Janie would not realize that something was wrong. On Monday morning, we found a small law office near the Strip, where he notarized the transfer of his truck in my name, and then stopped by the traffic police to finalize everything before we all catch our flights back to Anaheim. Now Jonas officially doesn't have shit, which means Janie doesn't have shit either. Returning to Anaheim on Monday at lunchtime, Jonas packed his things and laptop while Janie was at work, planning to spend the night in my apartment for a few days until he found a new place to live. He still hadn't told Janie that he was leaving her, asking her to meet him at a bar near her place of work and have a drink when she finished her day. I did this on purpose to limit the consequences while being in public. According to Jonas, Janie didn't take it too well, but later, while drinking beer in my apartment, he informed me that he had come up with the most interesting thing while waiting for her arrival. Jonas told Janie that they needed to talk, that he knew she was cheating on him because Shane accidentally confessed everything. Jonas told Janie that there had been a heated argument between him and Shane today, and Shane had blabbed about her cheating to get back at him. Jonas then got Shane to tell us that all 3 women were best friends before we even met them, and that Janie and Talia had been cheating on us all along. Shane even told him that they go to local clubs to pick up guys and take them to Shane and Becky for lovemaking, and that they do it all the time. Of course, Shane had never told Jonas any of this, but it was Jonas's way of getting back at him for participating in the deception. At first, Janie vehemently denied everything, but quickly moved on to insults and switching hands as soon as she realized that the job was done. Then Jonas handed his wife the divorce papers, which he had drawn up with a lawyer late in the evening. As we drink beer together, laughing at how Jonas tells me all this, we imagine how Becky will get mad at Shane for telling everything. Of course, he will deny everything, and it will be true, but we doubt that she will believe him. Becky doesn't respect him anyway, so why should she believe his words now? The most interesting thing happened when Jonas and Janie appeared in family court a few weeks later. Their total assets, including household goods, amounted to about $12,000, and Jonas said she could keep it all for herself, except for his clothes, tools, and personal laptop. She claimed that they had over $80,000 in the bank and a new work truck worth about $40,000, which he was trying to hide. When he told the court that he had lost the money and the truck at roulette in Las Vegas before their divorce proceedings, and that this was one of the reasons for their divorce, the court agreed that these assets had disappeared and could not be included in the settlement agreement. A month later, when the divorce was finalized, I fulfilled my promise and transferred Jonas's money back to his account, as well as handed over the truck to him. Since then, Rose has moved in with me. She even set Jonas up with her friend Haley, a good friend, definitely not a former woman of easy virtue for most of her life, like Janie and Talia. On Wednesday evening, Rose and I leave the restaurant located near our apartment after having a good dinner together. As we walk slowly along the sidewalk and chat, Rose asked me something a little different from our usual conversation. "Tell me, Jason, are you happy?" Am I happy? Yes. Am I talking about us? It all happened so fast. We met, then moved in together. Well, along with everything else that happened too. I'm just wondering if you're really happy with everything. Yes, I'm actually happy. I am very happy. Well, let's just say I wasn't in the best condition after I found out about Talia, about what she did to me. My whole life was planned out. I was going to live with her, have children, but then it was all snatched away. Well, the only ray of sunshine after all that happened came a few months later, when I first met you. Really? I remember giving you a lot of trouble, being, to be honest, a little cocky. Yes, you made me twitch. But I knew you were good under that armor. Are you sure it's not just because you found me attractive? Well, you're really attractive, but it's not just that. You did your best to save me from the biggest mistake of my life, and then Jonas. You didn't have to do any of this. You're forgetting my personal need for retribution. I wasn't motivated solely by a desire to save you. At least not at the beginning. Yes, I know. But I bet you're glad it turned out that way. Very much, and about Jonas too. I already know that Haley thinks very highly of him. Before I could answer her, we looked up and saw a very smart waist walking towards us on the arm of her boss, Steve. I don't know who was more surprised, us or them. I admit, I used to have fantasies about how I would run into Talia and Steve, how I would kick his ass and call her a cheap woman of easy virtue. But after meeting Rose, I began to think much less about Talia and her boss, to the point that now I don't care about them. But if he dares to say anything to Rose, it will have a bad effect on his health. However, the look of surprise on Talia's face at least quickly disappeared when she realized who I was hugging. It quickly turned to anger, as it probably dawned on Talia who had ruined her perfect little conspiracy that Becky, Janie, and herself had been working so hard on. "Rose, you're a damn little bitch. I should have known it was you," Talia snapped at Rose as we stopped in front of each other. "Fuck you for a long time, Talia. How does it feel to be cheated on at least once? You slept with my man, and I took yours for myself. And I know that I got a much better part of the deal, that's for sure." Rose looked defiantly at Talia. "I don't know. Steve and I are very happy. We even got engaged," Talia replied arrogantly, holding out her left hand to show off a large diamond engagement ring. "You know she slept with other men when she was with you, right?" Rose informed Steve. "Shut up, you liar," Talia answers, squeezing her boyfriend's hand even tighter. However, Rose did not calm down and continued the conversation with Steve. "What? Do you think that because she slept with you behind Jason's back, she's not sleeping behind your back now? I saw her kissing guys and leaving my club with them late at night after Jason, and she broke up, even last week. You've got a real little woman of easy virtue here, a gold digger. She's going to try to take everything you have away from you by making love to all the other guys in the neighborhood. I hope making love to her is worth it. Get off me." Talia almost screams, trying to get her new fiancé to move away from us. "It's true, Steve. I saw it with my own eyes, and I'm the last guy who would want to help an asshole like you. But she's a real woman of easy virtue. She always has been and always will be," I reply with a smirk on my face. looking at Talia before Rose decides to take one last parting shot. I am grateful to you for being such a self-centered woman of easy virtue, Talia. If it wasn't for you, I would never have had the chance to meet Jason or stay with him. So I think I should thank you, Rose said to Talia with a slight smile on her face, and we walked past them to continue our way home, hearing them start quarreling behind us. Are you serious about this? That you're grateful to her for meeting me? I ask Rose with a grin as we approach our apartment complex. Yes, actually yes. I couldn't be happier right now, especially because I managed to tell her so to her face. Rose replies, laughing. Me too. It's pretty petty, but damn it, I enjoyed it too. I know, it's scary to imagine how much I enjoyed it. Rose replies as we enter our apartment. Well, it's all over now. I just want to focus on being with the best woman I've ever been lucky enough to meet. Really? Maybe I should show you how lucky I am too. Come with me. And Rose dragged me into our bedroom. It's been a year since that night at the restaurant, and Rose and I just got engaged. I didn't know about this before, but it turned out that her parents were rich, who would have thought? They own a bar that Rose runs among many other businesses, and they said they would buy an apartment for us as a wedding gift. Yes, the apartment. Jonas and Haley are still together, and recently he told me that he was also going to ask Haley to marry him, and I wasn't sure if he would want to do it so soon after the previous time. But he feels the same way I do. That we were both given another chance at happiness. It turns out that even before I met Talia a year ago, Becky filed for divorce from Shane. She accused him of messing up everything, as only a self-centered woman of easy virtue can. Jonas and I haven't talked to Shane since their divorce either, and we don't plan to be friends with him anymore. We also have no idea if Talia is still with her boss Steve, and what Janie or Becky are doing now, probably just sleeping with new guys, looking for the next suckers they can sink their teeth into for money. I'm just glad that Jonas or I aren't one of them anymore. As for my relationship with Rose, I couldn't be happier. Despite all her harsh appearance, which she shows to the world, she is the most gentle, caring, loving, and respectful woman I was lucky enough to fall in love with. And besides, she's damn attractive. So sometimes the brightest days come after the darkest nights.